Yeah, guys, so this is my Martonian telescope. Here's the tripod that I made. It's out of 2x4s. Really basic. It's got a bowl up top. The bowl can be used so many different ways. You can use a bucket. You can use a bowl. I opted not to go with a chain or a hard mount that comes down and presses up against the legs. I ended up using like a nylon rope, and it's just really easy to use. And the reason why I like this design, so the ball, this is actually made out of like a 10 or 12 inch ball from your local craft store that is weighted with sand inside. I used a hole saw bit to cut around the hole so you can slide whatever size tube you want. If it's a 60 millimeter or 50 millimeter. This happens to be a 102 millimeter Celestron GT. I use a laser red dot finder. I've also made them where I've had the finder scope mounted to the side, which also works awesome. You just bolt them through, because when you buy this ball, it comes in halves, and they're hollow. It's like 10 bucks a half. If you get the coupon, you get them for like 6 bucks a half from Michael's or Joanne Fabrics. And this ball is rugged. I've dropped them, I beat them. I painted this one, roughed it up to make it look like the moon. Let me show you. So, first off, the reason why I like this design, it almost works like a dobsonian, but you have a refractor on it, where if you see an airplane coming, you can just turn on your scope, align it, and then you can just track your airplane. With the sand inside of it, it's weighted very good. It doesn't move. The reason why I have this sideways is because if I'm low on the horizon, I can just look this way. If I'm up higher, you can loosen your 90-degree diagonal. Now you're viewing pleasures like this. But if you're low on the horizon, you're bird watching, or you're looking at something really low, it's just easy. All you have to do is just turn it like that. Sure, it can get knocked over like any scope. I have this right down here. I use one of those dog things that you screw into the ground. If you're on ground where you can screw in one of the dog leash things, and I tie this rope to. If I'm up here, and I feel like if it's not stable enough, you can hang a weight off this. I built it very robust so it's solid. Then I can close up the tripod, wrap this rope around it, I grab it by the handle. I live on a few acres. I can grab it like this. When this is wrapped up, grab it by the handle, and I'm walking. Suitcase in hand. I can travel around my yard. And it's nice to be able to star hop with the scope without undoing any clutches and knobs to loosen on an alt-az. This isn't at a 45-degree angle. This is like at around a 30-degree angle. But with some other prototypes that I'm working with right now, I can get this at a 45-degree angle, and if you polar align the tripod, and this isn't set up like this, which I have my prototype over here. I'll show you that one in a second, of a tabletop style this. It's just a fun scope. So say we're going to be looking over here. Notice I didn't move the tripod at all. Well, we could still nail an object over here somewhere. And then if you want to go this way, we got this over here. Look how weird of an angle that it is. And it's not perfect, but stand still. So with that being said, when you have multiple planets, like say you have Mars, Jupiter, or Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus all in your same night sky, like how we had at Stellafane, it's so easy to planet hop. Like, yeah, cool. I got it. I got it. Very easy. And look at it staying in place even at this weird angle. It's so easy to build. I hope other people take this design and make it your own and do what you want. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to show you my tabletop version of the Martonian. Yeah, hang on. So it may be a little dark right now, but this is my tabletop version. Same idea. I have a ball. Let me see here. Yeah, maybe that works better. Move that scope out of the way. So I have this ball. It's a smaller version of the ball. This has a 50 millimeter by 350 millimeter focal length, and my little dude is coming out. Oh, you found my keys. Yeah, you found my keys. I have a red dot finder. It's a really neat eyepiece. It's a 0.965 eyepiece, but it's from Meade. And it's a 40 millimeter. Really cool. Oh, you got Mama's keys? I got them. What's that? Did you finish your ice cream? Yeah. And so same idea. So I'm going to show you the mount, and it's weighted with sand. Like I was saying before, this has the a finder scope mounted to the ball, which is really cool. Gives you a lot of headroom in order to do what you want. And I'm going to put it over here and you'll see. Yeah, there it is. So all this is I have a coffee can. Let me see if I can switch this up a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. So this is just a random wood box that I got. And then a coffee can mounted with some plastic underneath it so you can twist it. Now this isn't set at the right degree yet, but I'm at about 43 degrees. So you can, it's just a prototype, but you can mount it to wherever your 43 degrees are. And if once polar aligned, you can move this however you want to track whatever you're looking at in the sky. Move it this way. So this little scope is from Toys R Us. And the optics are actually pretty good for a small little monocular, is what we're going to call it. Looking at the moon and stuff like that. It's so cool for little kids. My little 2-year-old can get his little eyeball up in there, and with this 40 millimeter 0.965 eyepiece, it shows the moon great. And with the added red dot finder that I turn on right here, if you want to look at stars, like a double star and the Big Dipper, or easy double stars to nail, it works very good. And once again, that's about how close to zenith that I can get. Not 100%. But the big thing is the original mount that this telescope came with, if you even try to focus, the whole thing's shaking everywhere. It's hard. Now I have a tabletop telescope that's really easy to maneuver around. Very low cost. This ball with the coupon was $10. Sand you can get anywhere. The red dot finder that I have a bunch of them. And I've also used optical finders too. You can mount. The wooden box could be anything. I mean, I just used the wooden box. Coffee can, free after you have all your coffee. And I made it slide like a dobsonian, spinning it back and forth. So this is what I call the mini Martonian, and it's great because I live in a pretty dark sky area. So if I don't want to bring out any of my other big scopes, I mean, I got 10-inch meade LX200, 12.5-inch dobsonian, and everything else in between. It's just fun to be able to pick up and grab a scope, set it down on the table, let it cool down for a few minutes, and just star hop, just zoom around. Doesn't get any more enjoyable than that. And I've built about 5 or 6 of these scopes. I actually built this one when I was at Stellafane. Is that right, buddy? Hey, come here. Come over here. Get over here. Come on. You want to try a telescope? Get over here. Come on. He's got his planet pajamas on too. Watch this. Let's see if you can figure out. Here, can you get the focus on? Turn the focus. Remember how to use this? Yeah, what do you see? I mean, even your kid can get up on here and move it around. Can you spin the focus? So, it's just really easy to use. Very stable. Easy to make. And it beats any of the other tripods that these cheap scopes come with. Because, I don't know if you guys know, the cheap scopes oftentimes have pretty good optics. I'm not an optics snob, so I'll leave it at that. I'm just an observer, man, and a builder. And what I like to do with the wood instead of finishing it, I like using butcher's wax or beeswax. It keeps it easily cleanable. Same thing with my tripod over there. I just use wax.
Like that.
Yeah? Here, do you know how to do the focus? Try the focus. Spin it, remember? Yeah. Yeah, see? There you go. You got the focus going. Yep. Good job. Kid's 2 years old. He loves. Hey, do you see the moon?
Huh?
Moon? Yeah, no moon. No moon tonight. So, just to let you guys know, I've only been into telescopes for 1.5 years, and I dove deep, and I love them. I love building. I love observing. I love learning. And that is it. So, I'm going to have so many cool telescope builds coming. I'm not a machinist, so you're not going to see any machining, but just cool, old school designs, unique designs, and yeah, fun stuff. Look at, you got your airplane? Is that your airplane? Airplane. Yeah. And this kid loves telescopes. Yep. There you go. All right, we're done. The next Martonian that I'm building, it's going to be really cool. Of course, it's going to be in a ball. Look at that. How easy is that? You can take this and you can put it on another mount. Just like my ball. This is going to get a little crazy. 1 second. Not that this ball is fit for this, but just to show you. Whoa, easy, Buck. Ha 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 ha. I got wild kids and I'm wild, so no, this isn't going to work. Not with you grabbing it. But if this bucket was a little bit bigger, if it was more designed, you could throw a big scope like this on a tabletop mount. And the ball's not weighted properly. But, the possibilities are endless. With that being said, I'm going to help him out, and I'm going to start gazing because it's just getting dark enough.